Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah, Perfect Plex Radio. We about to go live on him. Mike Knoxxx. That's with 3 X's cause he's hardcore. Are y'all ready? We about to give y'all something special. You ready? Let's go! At the Monday Night Raw, what you getting in? Perfect Plex Radio, got them listening. Mike Knoxxx, from Cena to The Rock, or whatever wrestler is hot. News and interviews, it's a one-stop shop. Matter of fact, let me give you more choices. You can call in and be the voice with the voiceless. So what you waiting on? Let's get it cracking. Let's talk wrestling, that's enough rapping. Perfect Plex Radio. Simply, we about to give y'all something special. You ready? Let's go!
And people, welcome down the road to WrestleMania, the granddaddy of them all. It's here this week. People, as you can see, I'm dressed for the occasion because, people, it is a celebration. Forget spring break. Yes, my Lord and Savior raises and rose during this time of a time that we don't know. But what we do know is that this Saturday and this Sunday, the showcase of the Immortals comes in your living room. What do they call it? PLEs now? That's what it's called. No more pay-per-views. PLEs. Premium live events. And I am your host, Mike Knoxxx. And indeed, that's my name with 3 X's because, damn it, like this jacket, I am hardcore. And thanks for always joining me backstage, always holding me down my social media to the Ayatollahs and rock and rollers that makes this the shows the pros listen to, and you, the show for the intelligent wrestling fan, 301 King Vaughn Jr. on the Twitter. That is the Victorious Ones podcast. Make sure you check him out each and every single week. But people, I digress. Are you happy? I mean, just look at the marquee right there, right? You got your tribal chief, Roman Reigns. He just, doing, chiefly type things and stuff, right? And then you got your son of a plumber daddy on the other side, if you will, baby. Can he win? Will he win? That is the question. And then the storyline of the third best heel in professional wrestling, Dominic Mysterio gets his match against his dad. And it took, look, when Dominic on SmackDown winning his mama, I felt like Tony Coke. Okay. I was like, yeah, Dominic, that's how you get heat. That's how you do it, young whippersnapper. But also, as he finally gets his dad, Eddie Dominic Mysterio Guerrero Jr., is what I call him, one-on-one at the Showcase of the Immortals. How are you liking this? Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley. Are we forgetting Asuka and Bayley and Bianca Belair? I just feel like they've just been swept under the rug. Let's talk about this WrestleMania as it goes to Hollywood again. Let's talk about it. Comment below. Let me know your thoughts. Share, like, follow, and subscribe. Please do all those things as it is wrestling conversation time. And we're talking the granddaddy of them all. And also the weekend wrestling. Vaughn, everybody who likes wrestling, who, how it is 5 stars, 7 stars, 18 stars. Kenny Omega versus El Vecchio. Okay, whatever his name is, the second guy, because WWE got the other guy that nobody ever heard of, too, that's going to be on NXT this week. It's delivered. I give Tony Khan correct and props for this one. He knew to put him out first. It's not always sometimes who's the best. It's who they see first. And old boy did put up a performance. 25? 25 years old? Like, phenomenal. Some of the moves, though, I've always said this from time to time again. I'm watching it with my son. And he goes, you're not going to see that in WWE. I said, no, you're not going to see that in WWE. That was dangerous. When he did that whatever it was, reverse hurricane, he landed him off the top rope on Kenny Omega's head. Wow. Even Taz was like, hey, We want to check and make sure he's okay. So let's talk about the week in wrestling. All right, we are now on this road to WrestleMania. Are we excited? Vaughn's all packed up. I know I got a couple members out there that are all packed up. Shout out to the Wrestling Hit Factors. Shout out to Jobber Tears Podcast, Yup Wrestling, Smack Talk Center in the UK. Okay, the DMV, Fire and Ice Podcast. All y'all that's be holding me down as I hold you down in this wrestling conversation, because this is the show for the intelligent wrestling fans. AKA blame it on Bob Johnson. AKA at this point, blame it on Dice Man and blame it on Spotface. You're always trying to just take my AKAs. Get my credit. But this week, we are on that beautiful road to WrestleMania. So let's talk about WrestleMania, Vaughn. But first, like I said, the week in wrestling, we got the match that I told you was coming. I told you it was going to come. Dominic Mysterio, the third best heel in professional wrestling. Okay, people? I want you to hear me when I say it, as I stand and deliver this one more time. Dominic Mysterio. That means your tribal chief Roman Reigns is number one heel in wrestling. He's the number one star in wrestling. He's number one heel in wrestling. I don't care what you say. Everybody says, well, everything's debatable. I'm not debating that. Okay? Second, I'm going to say MJF. Okay? True douche nozzle, right? Right? And then we got this young man who they've given him everything. First of all, they've given him everything. You can see how much they gave him everything as he started. I wasn't the biggest fan of Dominic. Even watching him wrestle, I thought sometimes he moves kind of slow in the ring. I'm used to the luchadors, which he's not a luchador. He's just a son of a luchador. Okay? All these other concepts. He's been pretty much probably trained in both facets of wrestling. But taller than most of them, kind of got that El Parka or La Parka kind of stance to him being a taller kind of guy. But he works at it, and it's worked on it. And it's, I say it every week, right, Vaughn? Work the gimmick. He's working the gimmick. So we got the Dominic Mysterio match at WrestleMania, Vaughn. But Vaughn, who wins this match on Saturday or Sunday? Because we don't know. We don't know what's what right now, right? I think we know Roman going on night 2. I think we know that for sure. But this is something I would say you have to give it to, and I hope they give it to Dominic. But he's played such a douchebag of a son. You know what I mean? I feel like that Ray has to win this match. But you got Dominic for the upset purposes, and that's me. I think Dominic needs to win this. He should win this. What's going on, Jeffrey? What's going on, Dennis? What's going on? What did it say? Yeah, I'm getting to that later too. That when I saw that on the marquee on Friday Night SmackDown, I looked and I had to take a double take. And I saw Bobby Lashley was on the Andre Memorial Battle Royal, which means automatically he better win it, which still means nothing because it means nothing. It should have meant something, but this company is great for bearing their own products, and they did that with this Memorial Cup. This is nothing but a way to get these people into a match that used to be at WrestleMania, Dennis. It's not even at WrestleMania anymore. It's on the SmackDown Mania, which isn't even on the Mania card. So all this, again, say what you want to say about, we don't know, Bray Wyatt's situation. Is it mental? Is it creative? Is it physical? We don't know. But what we do know is that Bobby Lashley got shafted because of it. I know that much. I'd rather have seen Brock and Bobby again at Mania this time. And to me, that it meant more because it was at Mania this time, and hoping that would have had taken place. Dominic has come into his own. That's why he's the third best heel in wrestling. But I'm definitely going with Dominic also in this one. I think Dominic needs to win this. I would like him to win this. Will he win this? But I want to take a pause right now, if you will. Right? Ain't that what Cameron always say? He gets on my damn nerves. He said, yo, man, that boy had a nice jacket on. Pause. Yo, you see his shoes? Those was fire. Pause. Like, huh? Sorry. Yo, King Vaughn Jr., 720 backstage. I love you, bro. I ain't going to say pause. Okay. But going in to the Hall of Fame, my favorite diva, Stacy Keibler. She got legs. She knows how to use them. Hey, she got legs. That's what she got, y'all. Stacy Keibler is going into the Hall of Fame, King Von. And see, she wasn't looked upon as having to be a great wrestler, right? You do know she came in the same era, although from a different company, but in the same era as y'all's favorite Trish Stratus, right? You know, so at one point, her and Trish, well, I'm going to get on in a second, y'all. I'm going to get on Trish Stratus momentarily and her whack-ass goat list, which can be debatable, but I'm going to tell you why. Is in fact the same characters. Was Miss Tessmacher, if you will, Stacy Keibler, and then they had to get them somebody because remember, Big Papa Pump came out with what's the chick, Gorgeous George, or was that Macho Man had Gorgeous George, right? So boom, here come Trish Stratus, but we gonna get on Trish in a second, which y'all could. Listen to this, Stacy Keibler, without having to be a wrestler, got over. She got over in a time where people were mad she was with the Dudley Boys. That's why I share this picture. To me, I think it's one of the most infamous photographs in wrestling history. I love this picture. Besides the one where she's like up on the sliding glass door on her hind parts, but I'll leave that for a different show. For that may be a UPR After Dark or something. We can talk about that. You know what I mean? Like BET After Dark. Credit cards to the woohoo, all that kind of stuff. But man, Stacy Keibler, well-deserved Hall of Fame. Love it. I think she deserves it. Now, speaking of Hall of Famers, speaking of the fact that these girls, Trish Stratus got herself into another WrestleMania match. You know the best thing about professional wrestling I like, Vaughn, right? Because it's a lot of things. It's a lot of things we like about professional wrestling. One of the things I like about professional wrestling is stories never really can die. Right? Wrestlers will always tell you that they're done, they're moving on, their life is going to change, things happen, they're not there no more, right? They need to do different things. Trish Stratus just kind of retired. She didn't really kind of say those things other than she wanted to go be a mom, right? She left to go live another life. Well, they say when you're a wrestler, you're like a football player in a sense, right? You're kind of El Loco, crazy. So she got the itch, I think. Right? I don't know this. I don't pretend to know something that I don't know and then have a famous wrestler by the name of Phil Brooks, not CM Punk, come out and say, hey, he's full of shit. He don't know what he's talking about. Dave Meltzer. Okay. That all y'all keep following like he's the great Jehovah and he's in the Bible or the Holy Quran. Y'all hang on every word that Dave Meltzer says. And all Dave does is just read it and make an intelligent, informative decision. Well, I'm talking to you, Dave Meltzer, that I've said for years upon this program and on the Mighty Rock and on that Sonny block, around the block that is, with Mike Knoxxx. You heard the man himself, Mr. Bishop Back Down, GJ say, fuck you, Dave Meltzer. I'm going to say it again, and I ain't going to say it in a nice way. I said, fuck you, Dave Meltzer. Because you don't know nothing. And I've been saying this for years. And I don't know the man personally. He might be a nice guy behind looking like Gargamel. Okay? I don't know. He got money. Okay, whatever. Okay? We all got money in our own minds. Okay? He may be a thousandaire. I'm a thousandaire too. He just may have more thousands. Okay? So, all I'm saying is he don't know shit. So, I didn't get this from nobody. I just think Trish Stratus has an itch. So, when Trish Stratus had the audacity, the immediate goal. I know I said that wrong, right? Dice ain't here yet? Okay, get it corrected me. Okay. To say that Charlotte Flair, the greatest women's wrestler of all time, is not a GOAT. It's not on the Mount Rushmore. See, I'm not even mad at her because this is how you call building the story, playing the gimmick. I guarantee you Charlotte needs a match with Trish Stratus for her career. Especially after I defended my girl last week about how she can do it right. And then on Thursday or Friday night on SmackDown, she gets mad because the crowd starts wanting her. You can't do that, Charlotte. You're the face in this match, man. I tried to help you and you spit in my face. It's okay. Swallows are better, but still, you spit in my face. And then I sit here and I said, she says it's her. Of course she's going to say her, right? She's going to say Lita. Of course. That's without fail. Hey, we want some Bayley. Hey, I ain't going to debate that either. But what I will debate, what I will continue to debate, what I think is not even close to being debatable. You know what I just put right there? And I see him backstage, heating up, getting warm like Uncle Shay Shay backstage. Ready for this, Dice? Watch this. Sasha Banks, Monet, don't even debate to be in a conversation with Charlotte Flair. I'm saying it. I'm not saying the girl ain't great, because I think she is. But, why are y'all saying it? Because y'all like her better? Because her personality suits your personality better? You think she's cuter? Like, what is it? What makes y'all so sure? And again, with Trish, teach their own. She know more about this business than I ever know. But I think she said those things to get a match. All right? That's what I think. That's what I believe. All right? So, I'm going to take a break. Come back with the week in wrestling. Break down this WrestleMania card. Give you our winners, our losers. Want to talk about AEW? We could talk about that match. I think personally the best part about that match was what I'll tell you later if we talk about AEW Dynamite. Okay? So we're going to take a break. Bring my man King Von Jr. 720. That's 301 King Von. For all these years between him and Corey, I've been getting y'all Twitter stuff so wrong every show. And y'all never, ever corrected me. And I'm mad at y'all for that. And all of a sudden, like week before last, I got it wrong last week. And I was like, damn. And I was like, I'm not going to do that again this week. So I got you, Vaughn. It's 301 King Von Jr. Okay. But that's also your fault. You know, you're switching too damn many times. Okay. So that ain't my fault, son. Stacy Keeler in the Hall of Fame. And this week in wrestling history, we'll be right back, y'all. The Mike Knoxxx Show. Unpopular Review. Around the Blocks. Perfect Plex. You name them. We're all here.
Yo, it's crime time.
EST.
Soul Man, Rocky Johnson. It's the Honky Tonk Man. NWO. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? UPR and Around the Blocks give to you this week in wrestling history with King Von.
Of course, everyone, thank you very much. This King Von Jr. on behalf of the Victorious Ones podcast and Perfect Plex Talk Radio. I'm here to present to you your weekend wrestling history review, and it's definitely going to be one to remember, especially going into WrestleMania week. Of course, on March 27th, 1988, was the very first Clash of the Champions event for Jim Crockett Promotions, or NWA, and most notably, this was of course the night where Sting and Ric Flair had that classic match for the World Heavyweight Championship. That same night was WrestleMania 4. Which, of course, we all know was the night that there was a tournament for the championship, and Macho Man Randy Savage defeated Ted DiBiase in the finals to become the brand new WWF champion. That was the night that they debuted the Winged Eagle Championship. And so, so of course that's all those are the things that happened on the 27th. On the 28th in 1999 was WrestleMania 15. Most notably, of course, was when Stone Cold defeated The Rock in their first of three. The first of three WrestleMania matches. Of course, on the same day, WrestleMania 26 took place, and that was the night that John Cena defeated Batista for the WWE title. Chris Jericho retained the World Heavyweight Championship by defeating Edge, and of course, Undertaker defeated Shawn Michaels in a career versus streak match. Of course, all those things happened in that same night at WrestleMania 26, and so of course on the same day was on the same day was also on WrestleMania 31, and of course the most famous thing about WrestleMania 31 was of course the heist of the century. Of course when you had Roman with Seth Rollins cash in and win the WWE championship as well. Of course also the same night, also on March 29th, WrestleMania 3 took place, and that was when Savage versus Steamboat, and that was also the same night that HH slammed Andre the Giant. And of course on March 30th, of course on the same day, WrestleMania 14 also took place on March 29th as well, and that was when Stone Cold Steve Austin defeated Shawn Michaels to become the WWF champion for the very first time. And of course on March 30th was WrestleMania 19 when of course we had Rock versus Austin for the last time. Shawn Michaels made his WrestleMania return, defeated Chris Jericho. Brock Lesnar defeated Kurt Angle for the WWE Championship that night as well. And of course also this week in wrestling history, we saw WrestleMania 24. With Shawn Michaels retired Ric Flair. And so of course those are the main noteworthy things as far as birthdays this week. Mr. Perfect would have turned 65. Michael P.S. Hayes turned 64. On April 1st, also WrestleMania 17 was when Stone Cold defeated The Rock and turned heel. And on that same day, Randy Orton turns 43 on April 1st. And so those are the most notable things when it comes to your week in wrestling history for WrestleMania. Mike Knoxxx, back to you.
Yo, it's crime time.
EST.
Soul Man, Rocky Johnson. It's the Honky Tonk Man. NWO. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? UPR and Around the Blocks give to you This Week in Wrestling History with King Von.
And we are back, and we are in the place to be on the MIC. No, I can't rap. I'm going to try to do that. But listen, I'm going to bring on my brother. Y'all know who he is. He's going to come in here and give y'all all these AKAs and DDDs, and as long as they're not STDs. And it's his birthday. He wasn't in wrestling. Hey, he wasn't in this week's wrestling history because he's a wrestling star on this show, and he's wrestling. So welcome to the program. Y'all know who he is. Just get him on here. What's going on? Oh, yeah, that's me. Did I do something wrong? Oh, yeah, I need to put him in. There he is.
Do you know how to work computers or no?
It's just, I'm all discombobulated, man. I'm on medication. That's what old people. Okay. It's nice.
What up, everybody? It's your boy. Did you miss me?
Your microphone's weird.
I know. I'm on my laptop. I told you I got to make it do what it do until my computer get done.
You did tell me that. Yep. So just turn it down a little bit then. Yep.
Turn me down.
I forgot you told me.
Turn me down in the headphones.
Yep. That's it.
Turn me down in the headphones.
But so before we go into wrestling this week, the prediction show from On Pop Review will be this week. Okay, this is not a prediction show, but I will give you what I think is going to win as well. Okay, and go through this because as we get down this road to WrestleMania, I've had my roller coaster ride with them on this time around, DJ. And what gets me is that I've said this, and I gotta say it again publicly. I'm not. Be careful what you wish for and what you ask for. Because to me, what Trips was able to do for NXT, he's having a difficult time doing for SmackDown and Raw. Okay? Bigger audiences, bigger rosters, more television time, the whole nine, more scrutiny, you name it, it's all there. Now, I'm not saying he hasn't put together a decent show and an okay show, and he's done the best what he could do, and we don't know what's going on backstage and whatnot. I'm speaking strictly from a fan's perspective and my holy moly donut shop. Man,
I'm here.
Are you alive? Okay. Let me know when you're back on. And with everything that's going on, I think Trips has really, really, really. I'm not too. I can say this: tonight, tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Everybody who knows me will know I will be complaining and bitching the fact that I'm not at WrestleMania. I want to go every single year. I don't care what anybody tells me. This is the best time of year to be a wrestling fan, and I want to go to every single WrestleMania. However, what makes me feel better in my mind, like Mr. Watercolor Memories, in the corner of my mind is, I don't feel like it's that good of a mania, but I'm just blowing smoke, right? Because I still want to go. We look at these matches. We talk about them in a second. Boom, boom, boom. They're not hyping this one. It upsets me a little bit. Okay.
Terribly.
But we got some good matches. Hell in a Cell. We got some good matches. Okay. A musical. Okay. And then now LA Knight's doing something there. I think it's going to be a lot of good things at Mania. But again, I had deemed for 4 years. Is it 4 years? I said blood versus blood, Rock and Roman. I've been calling it before most people really got onto the thing about it. But I called for blood. We didn't get it for obvious, whatever obvious, can't say obvious, but we didn't get it for certain reasons. I still think Rock shows up at the end of this Mania. I just don't think, and I say it now. I've been saying this whole time. It's still him and Rock. It has to be, and I love Cody. I just don't think it's going to be Cody. But do you feel like, are you excited for WrestleMania in 5 days, in 6 days?
Hardly, and it hurts my heart. It hurts my heart that I'm not. And you know what? I really want Bobby Lashley to have his WrestleMania moment, and it doesn't look like they're going to piece something together for him. It's not. Bobby's had a good year. He deserves to be in Hollywood.
No, he does. The fact that you're putting when I saw the marquee, it was your birthday night last Friday, so you didn't really watch it, I don't think then. And I saw the Battle Royal. I said, "Is that Bobby?" And we were just talking. Yeah, and we already know he's going to win. But again, as I said before you came along, no one cares about the Andre the Giant Memorial. And it used to be a thing where if you care, you care a little bit because they're putting it on the main, they're putting it on the show, and they're getting a WrestleMania, right? So you kind of liked it for that purposes. But if you could throw together these tag team matches that aren't leading even to no champion, it doesn't say if they win, they're the number one contenders, right? They're just throwing the tag to get them. You couldn't put something in there for Bobby. Like I think you scrap something else. I think you scrap something else if you have to, and give it to Bobby. That's just me. But what do I know? I'm just here fantasy booking. But come Saturday, you think you'll be happy?
I'll be happy because it's wrestling. That's it. You know, like it's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, and like I feel like the card doesn't even need to be 2 nights at this point.
Well, with all these matches, it does need to be 2 nights. And as we said before, financials, they're never going to go back to 1 night. That's never going to happen. And Charmaine, I don't know. That's another thing. When I say be careful what you wish for, okay? I'm not saying McMahon wasn't out of touch. I'm not saying McMahon didn't need to step down. I'm just saying it should have been handled. If the baton was going to be passed, it could have been handled with a more smoother transition. And we're getting this into a Mania that he took over last year a little bit, but McMahon was there. Like we knew that the reins was coming off a little bit, but now this is his first full Mania that he has had to book. And let's talk about that. And I don't know which ones are night 1, night 2. I'll tell you that I think Roman's night 2. I'll tell you that.
Absolutely.
That's all I know so far. But your guy, The Miz, is hosting this thing. A Miz musical. I can't put the 2 together. The Mizical, that's what it's called. The Mizical is taking place. That could not be interesting enough for me not to care about. But it's The Miz, so it'll be funny somewhere, right? I believe.
Yeah, it'll be entertaining.
If anybody can make it work, they can make it work. Talked about it. I said the 3rd best heel in the company. In wrestling, not just the company, I'm sorry. I believe it's Dominic Guerrero Eddie Jr. Taking on his pops, we think, and Rey Mysterio and how SmackDown ended. I mean, that's how you get it, right? That you keep going, you know it was coming, but it happened. Hey, you don't talk to your mother like that. He told his sister, shut up, you're stupid. Let's roll it. But Dominic Mysterio versus Rey. I've already given my pick. I think Dominic wins this match. But like I said, I know you got the prediction show that you're going to be a part of. So you just want to give me who you think you'll win. We don't really got to, go into further if you don't want to, but go ahead.
I mean, Dom, I feel like Rey is going to win. I feel like Rey, like if this is possibly Rey's last match, I think he wins, but I think he humbles Dom. And in a perfect world, I would like for him to humble Dom and pass his mask on to Dom. Dom doesn't necessarily have to wear it, but in Lucha Libre, when somebody gives the mask, is the ultimate sign of respect. Like he gave my guy from Legado del Fantasma his mask a few weeks ago, and he told stories about how his father influenced him, and so it's a symbol of respect, but it's also passing of the torch. I mean, how long can we keep this prison Dom up?
Forever.
He has to. He has to flip the switch. The switch.
I got Billy and Chuck for almost 2 years.
The switch is semi-flipped for Rhea, and she's over because of all that AS. So
Rhea Thickly?
I mean, regardless, Rhea Thickly. So I mean, it's just, yeah. I'm going with Ray going over, but Dom gets humbled.
I think Ray wins. I want Dominic to win, so I'm hoping Dominic wins. But the humble part, I don't see happening. I don't see the gimmick ending anytime soon. Is all. That's the only thing about that. I just don't see them cutting it right now because it's too hot. And I think if you switch back, him trying to be the good son wasn't working. And for some reason, and again, this is where I get on fans a lot of times with things. You're supposed to have liked Dominic Mysterio from the beginning. He just was. Like, he's Ray's son. Like, you know what I mean? That's where older wrestling fans, you have to, I believe, catch yourself. It's like I was having a conversation with the executive consultant, and I was like, you know, what movies do you like? Right? He's like, I like entertaining movies. I said, okay, well, is there a certain genre of movies that entertain you more? It's like, I'm not going to go see a rom-com if I hate rom-coms. I don't like romance. I was like, I don't want to, you know, or I'm going to go see a rom-com that's a whole shoot 'em up fest. It's a different kind of movie. Know your audience, right? So, like, Mysterio coming in, he's like, oh, he got my son. We're together. We got our woo. We got our Mysterio Wednesday shirts. You know what I mean? Hell, I purchased one, right, of the shirts. And people just didn't flock to Dominic for whatever reason. Now he's this heel, and you're still not flocking to him. I won't say that, but I think more people are taking notice of him because of this. And so I want to say that for that. I think match of the weekend will be right here between Seth freaking Rollins and Logan Paul. I did not realize they said that Logan Paul is undefeated.
Yeah.
But I thought Roman beat him.
He beat him. Yeah, he got
right.
What was it, a disqualification?
I can't remember. I thought, because I saw a thing and it was like undefeated. I said, undefeated? I could have swore Roman beat him in that match. I know Vaughn's checking it for me now. But I think listen, Seth Rollins can go. Logan Paul can go. Guess what, though? Logan Paul wins.
Are you taking? Okay, so you're saying this is match of the night?
I'm thinking this is match of the weekend.
I gotta go with Edge versus Balor. Hell in a Cell? No,
we'll get to that.
That is okay.
We'll get to that. I don't think it's that. It's nothing against. So you have what we call in the wrestling world, what I have in the Derrick Rose department. See, what you have is a wrestling Oedipus complex. You want your favorite wrestlers to always have the Edge and Finn Balor. It's not giving you that. It Hell in a Cell. I love Edge. Okay, but his match of the nights are long behind him. Okay, like, so they can keep screaming, "You still got it all you want to." Okay, but he lost some of it, and some of it he never really had.
Listen, my man gave me the greatest wrestling match in the history. Notice the air quote.
It's okay. That's what I thought Roman beating Edge versus Finn ain't gonna be match of the night. But I like it, and I'm excited for that match, to be honest with you. But I think Logan Paul wins. I think Lesnar wins, but Omos needs it. I really do believe that. You say Edge, I say Finn. If Finn doesn't win this, then Judgment Day is completely a joke. Completely a joke.
So you think Judgment Day sweeps the weekend?
Shit. I actually do. I actually do now as you think about it, because yeah, I do. I think Rhea Thickly, as you named her, beats Charlotte. I think she needs to beat Charlotte. You know what I mean? I think it gives her what they gave Bianca, knowing that they're both of the two future. It's about Bianca and it's about Rhea Ripley right now.
Because next year we got to get Rhea versus Bianca next
again. We have to get it. We have to get it. It's been 2 years, almost 3 years in the making at this point. So I think she wins that. So you're right. I think she wins. I think Dominic wins. So that's the thing. I'm not sure. I don't think that Dominic actually wins, right? I think Finn wins. I think Rhea wins. I'm not sure if Dominic beats his daddy. I just want him to beat his daddy. You know what I mean? That's the only thing. So to what you said, do they sweep the weekend? They might. They might. Because I think Finn has to win. Like they even still in like certain, because he's going to come out as the demon.
I mean, hell, we're gonna get rematches at Backlash anyway.
Well, we're not gonna get the goddamn demon at Backlash.
Probably not, no.
Well, I don't know. I did hear it once in a lifetime.
I mean, in Dom and Ray's match. Excuse me. In Dom and Ray's match, we're gonna get the same match again in Backlash. So who goes over at Mania? I think you give it to Ray, and Dom can get the revenge.
In that case of the backlash of the lash that is backed, then yeah, I get what you're saying.
I mean, it's his Hall of Fame induction weekend.
Like, yeah, it is. That's why I think he loses. Most people going to Hall of Fame don't win on WrestleMania weekends. Historically.
Well, I mean, there's the only other person that was active going into the Hall of Fame was Goldberg, if I'm not mistaken.
Ric Flair.
We're not talking about Ric Flair.
I'm just saying he got
Ric Flair's retired. I'm retired. We're not talking about Flair.
This match that I think these chicks, Dakota Kai and Io Sky should be challenged. Their title should be on the line somewhere. Bayley and Becky should have been by themselves, and you could have got Trish and Lita versus Dakota Kai and them. I don't know anything. This shouldn't be a 6 women's match, in my opinion. But we got this. The legends go over. You're not bringing out Trish, Lita, and Becky. There's no way these young girls are winning. Sorry, Bayley.
Trish is turning.
Yeah. So you think Trish is turning? That's dope, because her picking the Mount Rushmore was a hell of a hill move, in my opinion. But hey, I digress. Then we don't know what fully the match of this yet. We still got 2 more women to decide. Why do people hate Ronda Rousey so much, Dice? Did you hear
because of what she does? Because of what she does on her vlogs, where she peels the curtain back too much, right? Like she talks mad.
Isn't that what the fans want?
That's what they want, but then when they get it, but you know how they feel about Ronda. Like she's not in the place to speak about it.
She's not original.
You know, she's still not accepted.
Oh, yeah. She didn't pay her dues
by the
enough.
IWC.
Yeah, I mean, that's what WQ2K23 tells me that when I play the game on that part of the storyline. Saying you ain't paid your dues. My aunt Justine then gave me my push. All right, little spoiler alert right there. So we weren't gonna call this match. We know who's gonna be there, but I'm gonna call it right now. Unless you get. Shit, we gotta say it, right? Unless you get Boss and Glow, which I don't see happening here. I know they happen. I'm just throwing it out there for market purposes. Okay, all right. You don't see that happening, but if not, I'm going with Shayna Baszler and Ronda. This right here is like why Street Profits better win this, right? But they'll probably give it to Viking Raiders.
I got the Profits, man.
The Profits need it.
They need it.
They've been down. They've been down. I don't know how they surviving in the street right now. No purple caps, no blue caps. Profits is down.
We need Profits to win. We're getting King of the Ring soon. We need the Profits to go on a nice little streak, because my prediction is we're going to get King Taz.
That boy ain't gonna be king.
He's gonna be king. King Taz.
The match that no one asked for except for everybody. We got WrestleZania KO Mania. Shirt's been ordered, by the way. Taking on the Usos. Now, this is where it gets intriguing. You asked me, does Judgment Day walk away all winners? Does the Bloodline lose the entire weekend? Because I guarantee you this is probably night 1. Okay? This is probably going to be night 1. Main event. This might be the main event of night 1. This quietly might be. I think you have to also. I'm just saying. This is a
good second, third hour of you can give this match. But would you want to put this match before Charlotte and Rhea?
I think
they will be a hard match to follow.
Exactly. That also, so it might open up. But.
We're getting Cena in theory to open up. They already announced that.
Oh, they said that's their first match of WrestleMania? Okay.
Yeah, they said that last week.
Okay. I think I missed that part. But if the Bloodline loses, right, those titles, does that change the storyline a little bit?
I think the Usos retain. Roman's going to lose. That's where the story gets better.
Okay.
Because
it
what
has
does
to at
Roman
that point.
do now?
Right.
What does he do now? Because the Usos didn't lose. They will lose those titles, but they're not going to. I don't believe they're going to lose at WrestleMania.
So you're going with Usos there.
Yeah.
I'm actually going with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens there. I've said this last year when Owens had the thing with Austin, that it was his time. That was the company trusting him, putting him out there. He's paid his dues. It's time for him to get a WrestleMania moment, and them two together for what it's worth. I think that the title reigns of the Usos come apart. I just wish at some point they would just identify, you know, if you're going to carry both titles. I mean, they've been calling them, but they actually say both titles. You know what I mean? They don't. They say unified champions, undisputed champions, but they're still separate belts. Why not give separate belts there in that? But I think WrestleMania and KO Mania wins that one. Like I said, I think Rhea wins. The match that's getting forgotten about by everybody in the world: Bianca Belair versus Asuka. Even the things they've been trying to do this past week, to me, hasn't exactly worked their dice. Last week, when she comes out without the makeup on, it's kind of confusing. I think a little bit. I get it, but you know, your thoughts of this whole entire build.
I keep forgetting it's a effing match. I really do. I keep forgetting that it's a match. Like, Asuka's like this weird tweener position right now. Like, she's doing heelish stuff, but people have wanted this, so they're cheering for it. Like, I put it in that realm of Rhea Ripley because Ripley is a heel. But damn it, she's playing to the crowd so much. She's playing to us perverts so much that we cheer for her. Except for when she's in Dom's ear. Like, every time. Like, she gives a hucklebuck pin. She's got the extra chaps on the side under the cheek, gives a little thigh meat action, little butt. Like, she's doing everything that us perverted fans want. And so we're going to cheer for her for that, but we hate her with Dom. But with Asuka, she's doing heelish things. But everybody's wanted this persona of Kana. So they're cheering for her, but they're not supposed to. But Bianca is Bianca.
I think fans are confused.
She's the female John Cena, right? I know you say that she's a female John Cena, but she is one of those champions, like some people say Orton, who's a not good defender, but he's a good chaser. I think Bianca's stronger when she's a chaser. I do too, but some people say that once he gets to where he's going, he kind of nails it.
Orton's holds that. Orton's a great champion, but I get where you're coming from in that example, nonetheless. Excuse me. We're gonna find out. I just don't. I think the fans are confused by Asuka. And when she comes out there without makeup on, it's different for WWE to do things like that. Okay, so I think fans get a little bit confused with that. And you say opening up night one, Cena in Theory. I think this. Listen, not that it's going to be, but this has more potential being night in the match than Edge and Finn Balor and Hell in a Cell because of the story, right? And Jonathan Horatio, John Cena, Tom Brady. Listen, I'm going with Austin Theory.
I think Austin Theory is going to come out as the Doctor of Thugonomics. Or maybe that's just me being greedy and want it. But I hope so. I just think that's what's going to happen.
I hope that exactly happens.
I think Theory has to go over. I think that Cena has chosen Theory as a guy to kind of hone his craft over.
I just love that Theory predicted it. That made me more of a fan. Watching that video, okay, and him saying he's going to be at WrestleMania, Cena, and then now that's coming from. I love that story. That's believing in your own shot right there. I love it.
In 5 years, who is going to be a better wrestler, MJF or Theory?
I would say as of right now, I'm going to say Theory because there's still a certain thing in wrestling that I understand about this business, and that's a look. Okay, Theory has a look that MJF just doesn't possess, and they're just not as aesthetically pleasing to the eyes as I mean, Austin Theory's built like a Greek god, right? The beard added on to him, gave him more stuff. You know what I mean? MJF is a little, pencil neck geek, if you will, quote to speak. That's how you look at him as, right? You don't look at Theory as I look at Theory as a cultural bandit appropriator, but not a pencil neck geek. I hate the whole A-Town down thing. You know that. I can't stand it. Okay. But Theory, and you look at it again, I think it was in that one, it was in our chat, right? Seth Rollins responsible for this greatness, right? The visionary. Okay. Seth Rollins, you can see how Seth rubbed off on him, if you will, in the Theory. And I think it's great. I think it's phenomenal. I'm excited for WrestleMania weekend. And
he's had really good matches with Seth Rollins, with Bobby Lashley, for the better part of 3-4 months. And those guys really gave that U.S. title a lot more prestige that they don't really talk about. It depends on who's holding it when they talk about it, but they don't give the same love to the U.S. championship the way that they do the Intercontinental Championship.
They don't, because we know the obvious reasons, right? That's not really their title. I think still things like that, I think you need to, not like you, but like people need to understand that they think that. There's a reason why the World Heavyweight Championship, Big Goldie, wasn't the same belt as the WWE Championship. Intercontinental belt is theirs. That's homebred. Yes, he owns them all, but still, it's an ego thing. Okay, don't tell me it's mine and give it away, because it ain't mine. So, but tonight on Raw, the go home show to Raw, Cody takes on Solo Sikoa, undefeated Solo. That is, got a new shirt, Solo. That's tonight. Miz on Miz TV has the lovely ladies of Trish Lita and Becky Lynch. The preview of the showcase for Raw tag team, which I don't get. I like how the Prophet said, "Are you guys even a tag team?" They straight stole that from the New Day. You know what I mean? So I like that. And then we got Omos face to face with Brock Lesnar, and your tribal chief is supposed to show up. He's supposed to show up Thursday night, but I think he probably did tonight too. Roman got to do something, because WrestleMania right now needs this brother, as far as I'm concerned. Are you excited for this go home? So like I said, this being the week of WrestleMania, and I will say this again, I know last year, this time I knew I was going. I know I'm not going this year. So I wanted that excitement level. I've always said wrestling's about you being there. It's about when you're there. Don't ask me how the show was last year, because I can't tell you. You heard me Monday morning. I had completely no voice. Okay, I cheered for heels. I cheered for faces. Same way with, Undertaker, Triple H. Yes, I did that. I yelled both chants equally as loud. Okay, because I was here for Triple H, but damn it was Undertaker at WrestleMania. Okay, and if you look at that right there, Vaughn has a King Vaughn. That's 301 King Vaughn Jr. on the Twitter, has his great thing going on right now about his top 10 Undertaker matches, WrestleMania matches, and he had his countdown to those. Check those out. I love your number 10. Right, that's how I know you are an intelligent wrestling fan. You listen to the show too damn much, because only I and you. I think Dice was involved in there too, though. Not sure, but love that Taker match with AJ Styles. The pandemic, I thought him and Sting careers can last longer with cinematic matches. I thought that was pretty good. So I would have put that up there too, because a lot of Taker matches at Mania aren't the greatest. Let's just keep them ready. How many Mark Henry matches and how many, stuff like that. But my number 5 going to this WrestleMania weekend, and was Hell in a Cell, end of era, that would have been the perfect send-off for Taker. Thought it would have been the perfect send-off. That should have been it. They all hugged on the stage. That should have been it right there. Let it go. But had to
for everybody.
Back. For everybody. For everybody. But we all know what happened about that at WrestleMania 30. But WrestleMania is here. You gotta be happy, right? You gotta have some excitement. Unless you're like an AEW fan, right? Do you think AEW fans still watch WrestleMania? I mean, did you see Dynamite?
Yeah, they do.
Did you see that match? Did you see that match?
With Vikingo? Yeah.
Everybody kept talking about. Remember that match?
It was good.
It was not mid, right? No. But it definitely wasn't like super. It wasn't like no super high grade either, though. That's all I'm saying, right? People almost died in that match several times. Just okay. The best part of the match, though, to me, was the end of the match. Okay, Blackpool coming out, club coming out. But you did say, and I peeped because you said it. I didn't even realize. You said, I don't think that Daniel's gonna like this, right? Because that's kind of not his MO, right? Like what they're doing now. Hangman comes out of the ambulance from happening earlier in the night. That was dope. That was right straight out of WWE. I didn't think they would do something like that. And they did that.
They definitely good. They pulled that out of Stone Cold's playbook.
I loved it though. It was good for them. They need to do stuff like that to me more often in their storyline. So him coming up in an ambulance and then Don Callis falling down, like I get all that because I thought that was the best part of the match to me. What I call it? Blood Pool Combat Club. Well, listen, first of all, welcome to the program. Second of all, welcome to the program. All right. Michael Smith checking in. Looking forward to both nights this weekend. Going to order some buffalo chicken pizza. Get a 2-liter bottle of Sprite or some cherry. I love me some cherry Pepsi. I ain't gonna lie about that one. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show of shows. What is on the menu? We don't ask that question. Yeah, I'm not eating that much this weekend. It's my son's birthday. It's always gotta have wings. It's Christian's birthday too. You know, I'm not joking when I say this. I love my son to death. Right? It's his birthday. He's supposed to be happy. I'm only happy because it's WrestleMania. Okay? It just happened to be his birthday the same day as WrestleMania. Okay? I love him. I love you. I'm happy for him. Okay? But match night 2 to end the show. If y'all don't know who I'm going for, if y'all don't already see these, I've been laid already. All right, y'all see the lay. I'm going for my tribal chief. I don't think Cody wins. And it's not that I don't think Cody wins because I don't necessarily like. We talked about this in nauseum for a while, how it kind of felt forced, this Cody him kind of situation, and they switched it. Good guys. That means Heyman. We're talking Cody. We're talking Roman. They can switch stuff. I will always go to Vince McMahon said one. I tell you what to like. You guys don't even realize that. I will have you like or to somebody just like that in wrestling. I've seen it a million times. You boo somebody 1 second, and in the same night you're cheering them. Okay, all right. So go back to Hog Wild or whatever that was, Bash at the Beach. Okay, when HH came in. Oh, get him, Daddy. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? All right. So no, at any given moment you can switch your alliances here. I love Cody. I love his father. His father is the reason why I watch wrestling today. What comes after that is why I don't see it happening. Right? If it's for one of the titles, I said this before, I can see it happening. For both titles, I don't see Cody being, champion for both titles here, Dice.
I'm very conflicted. And I see why you would go for the tribal chief. I will say that if the rumors are true that this new belt that they've approved,
I got it right here.
If this is what the direction they're going in, and it happens to be it, I think one or two results will be true.
I still call bullshit on that, by the way.
I think that's a fan-made thing, but
yeah.
I would say that Roman wins, and management has to do something, feeling like they're handcuffed, and so they introduce this new title, which there will be a tournament for. Or Cody does actually win, and he doesn't want to handcuff the company, and he drops one. Because he's going to be
but how does that scenario? Guy. Well, how does that scenario come into play about being handcuffed part? Because the company gave it to Roman, not being gave it to him. They didn't want to sit here. Y'all go for this belt.
Yeah, but think about all the guys that have all the Raw guys, all the SmackDown guys. You got your Lashleys, you got Randy Orton, you got Seth Rollins, you got McIntyre, you got Sheamus, you got Gunther about to come up, you got let's go.
Are you tired of the damn near 4-year run? Close to 4 years now. Are you tired of it? There's 1,000 days math. I saw today somebody said, I don't give a damn about 1,000 days. And I said to myself, it has been the greatest thing going. I watched that entire 2-hour special. And it's been the fastest today. It's been the fastest 3 years I can ever remember in wrestling. That's how easy That's how smooth. That's how fluent. That's how, despite when y'all stupid fans were, well, he doesn't wrestle that much. And he's blah, 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 blah. Doesn't have to. The storyline kept evolving with the cousins. I love Cody. You know that. You know how much I love Cody Rhodes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this is his moment yet. But then you say, if this isn't his moment yet, then when will be his moment? I don't know. I just think there's more story to be told in a bloodline story. But what you said, this is what makes wrestling so everly beautiful. Wrestling is storyline. Usos win and he loses. Yo, go out there and get me them belts, cuz. Right? Jay can flip it, right? He can flip it. Yo, son, lock down. Get them belts right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, Uso Penitentiary, you just let the insane run the asylum, Us. You supposed to be feeding us, Us? How we gonna eat now?
We the tribal chiefs.
That's a great story. So, I don't know. I'm just going with, I want to see my tribal chief retain. I want to see 1,000+ days. I think these things matter in wrestling. It's why you guys don't want to admit it, how you say you hate that, but you preciously love your streak, right? The streak mattered because it was the only thing that separated us from the other sports world of, we have a record. The Undertaker had a record. Never, you know, and then what they say, Dice, they say he wanted to get rid of it because he got tired of fans every year saying when it would happen, and this way it would be over, right? But he lost and still came back. So that makes no damn sense with that theory. So hashtag depth of dirt sheets again. Okay? I think certain things matter in wrestling. I need them to matter in wrestling to separate wrestling from other things. And I think having a champion this long, it's insane. Talk which one of the y'all don't really remember HH days. Okay? It was just as long almost, if I'm not incorrect here, but it didn't feel this great. I didn't feel it. I was in the birth of Hulkamania. I had this prayer. I had the whole damn little blue kits, little squeezy your arm. I did the little push-ups. I mean, I got grown, I stopped listening, but still, as a kid, boom, I had them. Right? It was all about the one. My tribal chief will win. Jay Cardell has a record too. Yeah, well, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna let you have that, Jeffrey. Jade has a record.
Give me 3 notable victories on that record of Jay Cardell.
She beat Kiera Hogan. She
3 notable. 3 notable.
Didn't she beat Toy Conti before she became a champion?
You know what? While we're on the subject of Jay Cargill, did you see the way they tried to hype up Taya Valkyrie?
Yeah.
Nobody made a sound. Nobody made a sound. She's not at AEW.
All I remember is
you can no. That's not the one. She's a man. Nobody was checking for an NXT. Nobody's checking for an Impact, and nobody's checking for an AEW. But they want to make you believe that Taya Valkyrie is a viable opponent for even Jay Cargill. She's a viable opponent. Please.
Hey Z, you not been feeling good.
Very oozy.
That was not very oozy, okay?
Yeah.
It was not. But damn, you ain't never. Because when you said that, I said, damn, I just saw her holding her dog backstage at NXT, me and my daughter last year. You know what I mean? And she got fired. Yo, she got fired so quickly. They didn't give her a chance from Impact Wrestling. I like Valkyrie though. I think they gave her a bad rep and a bad chance. I mean, ain't that
39? She's like 39, still trying to crack the code. No.
Well, ain't that a kick in the head? Listen, guys, we're going to get out of here today. It's a big week here on Unpop Review. Make sure you go to all the channels. Stay tuned. We got NXT tomorrow night. We might have a Raw review show tomorrow morning from your boy. No, I can't do that because we have things in progress. Okay, see how I take over shit?
Little things
little things dropping. MalikWright.com, y'all, greats of all time. Listen, check out NXT Review, check out AEW Review, check out the prediction show from the crew here on Empire Review, check out the WrestleMania Come After WrestleMania, whatever it is at wrestling. King Vaughn's going to be down there. We got a lot of people in the crew going to be down there. Time in, chicken, like, follow, subscribe, and do not wake up tomorrow morning and say to yourself, I love me some me. And don't love God. I am out of here, y'all.
Yeah.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah. Perfect Plex Radio. We about to go live on him. Mike Knoxxx. That's with 3 X's because he's hardcore. Are y'all ready? We about to give y'all something special. You ready? Let's go! At the money, now you're raw, what you getting in? Perfect Plex Radio, got them listening. Mike Knoxxx, from Cena to The Rock, or whatever wrestler is hot. News and interviews, this a one-stop shop. Matter of fact, let me give you more choices. You can call in and be the voice with the voiceless.